Well, hello, friends and clients. This is Dr. Gary Senderoff with Cruise Planners. Today I have a special treat for you. We're going to tour Silversea Cruises, the Silver Muse.
This is your cruise card. It is your key for your room. It is your charge card for all purchases on board the ship. It's also a boarding pass, so take this with you, as well as a photo ID of some kind.
Hello, welcome on board. How are
Thank you. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Like a refreshing
Sure. Being involved with Cruise Planners offers me the ability to provide you with amenities and sometimes special rates that nobody else in the industry can get, since we are one of Silversea's top accounts. But if you've been sent here by one of my travel agent friends, please continue to be loyal to them. This central staircase is the center of the ship and spans almost the entire height of the ship as well. And you will see throughout this tour that the ship has very soft colors. It's pretty understated and very contemporary looking with a lot of beautiful art. My suite was 807, which is the most common type of suite. I also have a more extensive tour of this cabin on my channel, along with a tour of a larger silver suite. So even with the lowest level of suite, which is actually about this size, except it does not have a balcony, just a nice large picture window, they're all over 300 square feet, closer to 400 square feet. So there's no such thing as a small cabin on this ship. Of course, Silversea, being in the ultra-luxury category, will have every room service delivered with a private butler. So it's a really nice setting. I definitely encourage you to order room service at least once in your voyage. And if you're like me and you like clean laundry all the time, every deck has a laundrette that you could do your own laundry should you decide to do so. The connoisseur's corner is the cigar bar on board the ship, which has a nice wide array of not just cigars, but very fine spirits. Sometimes there's odd times where none of the restaurants are open. Maybe you're coming in from a shore excursion. And if you don't want to wait for room service, this is the Art Cafe. It's loaded with really nice snacks, coffees, spirits, and drinks, and also enjoy the adjacent aft deck, which is really refreshing. And you could also enjoy the art. They have a lot of one-of-a-kind artwork on display, both sculpture and painting. Have a look. Here's a preview. A lot of the restaurants are on deck 4, and they have this little middle area that's like a lobby, which is nice because if you're meeting someone for dinner, you could tell them, meet me there, right in front of the restaurant, and sit down, hang out, have a drink, and you won't miss them coming through. Atlantis is the main dining room of this ship, so when you go and you eat out, this is the main dining room. If you want to sit and eat here, this is your choice. There are other dining venues, but this is the largest one. It also has the most variety of food, if you will. When you also order from room service, they're bringing you the Atlantis menu, so I do encourage you to go out there and have other meals at other restaurants. Indochine is another one that's adjacent into that lobby area, so it's a commonly used restaurant. This one has Asian cuisine, and it's actually quite good. They like to stay to their authenticity of Asian cuisine, whether it's Thai or Japanese or even Chinese. And also they have a great bar that you could hang out, have a drink before dinner, or if you're waiting for friends to meet for dinner. I always tell people to at least try one of the restaurants because you could always walk up and leave and go to another restaurant if you're not loving it, if you're not liking the vibe or whatever. But this is one of the included restaurants, as is Atlantis. There's only 2 that are not included, which I'll get into in just a moment. So again, I'm just touring the ones that are off this little lobby area, and let's tour La Dame. It is their signature restaurant. It is French. It is absolutely phenomenal. You cannot go wrong here. It's very intimate. So if you go around, there's just a few tables. I think it only holds about 22 people. And in the centerpiece, there's a beautiful wine selection with an extremely wide array of different vintages and different types of wines and even champagnes. The last restaurant in this little lobby area is Kaizaki, and Kaizaki also is the only other restaurant that has an upcharge. It is an additional $40 per person. It's a hibachi grill, so it has a teppanyaki kind of a flavoring to it. It's a lot of fun. It's not as gourmet as La Dame. I would definitely suggest La Dame so that you can try out something really nice. And these are the restaurants in this little lobby area. 4 of them, and 4 very important ones that you're going to see on the ship. And as I mentioned earlier, you're going to see really nice classic and contemporary art throughout the ship, including some bronzes, and these are usually surrounding that main staircase area. So the lobby area of the ship is not huge. It is just one large room, really. It includes the shore excursions desk, your concierge area, your hotel director, that kind of thing, including future cruise bookings. It has a little area in the back, which is called La Dolce Vita, and they have a piano player in there in the evenings. So it's a really nice place to come and read throughout the day, hang out, or of course come in and have some drinks in the evening with your friends. And this, of course, also doubles up as a departure lounge. So it's the nice area that you'll be staying at while they're waiting to call your luggage tag number, which is the part that I dread the most at the end of the cruise. The Venetian Lounge is their main show lounge. So while you are on an ultra luxury all suite ship, which gives you a lot of space in your cabins and not so many people to be on this size of a ship, you still aren't suffering as far as shows are concerned. Here you're going to see Broadway type shows, great musicians, and of course, vocalists. And this is also going to be an area where you're going to get together and maybe have your captain's welcome aboard party and that kind of thing. So it's really a nice space that's pretty diverse in its actions and how Silversea uses it. One of my favorite things about this class of ship is this area. This is, first of all, the grill, which is in the pool area. The grill doubles up as a casual restaurant, so even on the formal nights, you could come to the grill and it's formal optional, so you don't have to dress up like everybody else. And I have to tell you, out of all the restaurants, this happened to be my favorite. They have the very best steaks, filet mignon, and the best shrimp I've ever had. They have these Madagascar prawns that are to die for. And of course, during the day, this doubles up as a beautiful pool area, which is never ever crowded, lots of space, and you can still have lunch here at the grill. They have these hot rocks that you've heard of, but you could also tell them to cook it the way that you want if you don't want the rock right in front of you and for you to prepare your own food. So again, there's a lot to do here in the grill and in this pool area, and I highly recommend you eating here at least one night. It's fantastic. Lots of open deck space also. So if you're going to a place that's very scenic, you're not going to miss out. You don't have to just stay on your balcony. There's plenty of space on this ship where you're going to get very beautiful views throughout. The Panorama Lounge is definitely the central hub of social activity. So sometimes you'll see music here in the evening, a piano player also, a wonderful bar, and even during the day during scenic cruising, it is definitely a nice place to be, to sit back and relax. So it's a very versatile room, and depending on the vibe is the way that it goes. So it's elegant but very understated, and also has the outdoor aft area as well. It's a really beautiful place to be. So here's a really nice place to picture yourself out here with your friends or loved ones and someone coming out and bringing you your drinks as you enjoy absolutely the best views of wherever it is that you're choosing to go to, your destination, that place that you really want to get to. And of course, you're going to use me, right? You're going to use me to book it for you. I do get credit for this, and I can get you some amenities that you wouldn't ordinarily get with Silversea by booking direct. So while Silversea doesn't have a huge kids program, there were a couple little kids. They were well behaved, by the way, on my cruise on Silversea, and this is the activities room that they enjoyed being at often. So Silversea doesn't have a lot of kids at all, but on the Muse, it does have this activities room. So if you do have a kid, you can bring them along. Just make sure they're well behaved because this is definitely a sophisticated cruise line. If you like jewelry, Silversea has beautiful pieces and they go anywhere from moderately priced to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they do have fine jewelry on board. They also have a shop that sells vintage Chanel, Louis Vuitton. Sometimes they have Hermes and other really high-end products that were actually quite reasonable in price. And they were busy. People bought a lot of these pieces because they were actually less expensive than what you would get at secondhand stores like the Real and stuff like that. Really great stuff. They also have another shop with fragrances, casual clothing items, and of course their own logo items that you could take home as a souvenir. If you like playing board games, come to the card room. They have really great board games here, or you could just use this room for a meeting, hanging out, or of course just reading a book. And for those of you who like to flirt with Lady Luck a little bit, they do have a casino which they're happy to take your money with a couple of blackjack tables, a roulette table, and some slot machines. The Silver Note is another dining venue. It is a jazz club. You can come here and just have a drink, so you don't need the reservation, but they do offer a sit-down dinner along with really nice music in the evening, course by course, which I'll show you. So that's just an example, and as you could see, the tour is very different than what the venues look like when they're in full swing. And this is La Terrazza, which has usually your buffet kind of lunch, and they're really quite excellent. They're quite good. And I have a funny story about La Terrazza because you're going to come here usually for lunch if you're not ordering room service. And so we went in for an evening because I know that they serve fine Italian food, and they were like, "Where's your reservation?" And we didn't realize it. We thought it was just a quick casual buffet that happened to have a pasta station and stuff like that, but it does transform into a really fine Italian restaurant in the evening. Why do you say that?
Because it's the best.
It's the most relaxing.
You go to feel good, to relax, to improve, to see the doctors.
So, of course, they have a full-service spa with acupuncturist and, of course, the beauty salon. And they do have a nice, small but mighty gym with an overlook to the aft, so you don't sacrifice the view while you're working out. And they also have a nice, beautiful thermal spa, which I'll show you in just a second, which has a beautiful aft view as well. For the best value on your next Silversea cruise, email me at gari.senderpff@cruiseplanners.com. And don't forget to click on my website, www.tourdoctors.com, and register yourself to get on my VIP email list. Don't forget to click like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.